30 years ago, I answered an ad in the Atlanta newspaper, and I thought I was taking a job, but I was changing my life. I was joining a movement, a cause, something great. I thought I'd get a paycheck, but what I got was so much more. When I think about whatever positive I've become, a lot of it is because I got to meet this man. We're a company of destiny. Our company is built on the rock of truth. At a time when it was unpopular, this man fired the missiles of freedom at a wall of deception.
You know what? When I left coaching football in 1969 to go full time, that was the hardest decision of my business life. I had my best football team coming back. I had to give up my guaranteed salary. I had to give up my benefits. I was super excited about this opportunity, but I was scared to death. I wanted to make it so bad in this business, it just tore me up inside. I wanted to be somebody so dadgum bad, it just ate me up inside. This was my dadgum life. This wasn't any game. This was serious dadgum business. And I didn't want some sales trainer. I didn't want some motivational speaker blowing a lot of hot air. And see, I knew that somebody that looked like me and came from where I came from, to do it big, it was gonna be ugly, it was gonna be tough, it was gonna be hard, and that was okay with me. I grew up tough. All I wanted was somebody to tell me like it is. Don't pull any punches. This is my dadgum life. And you know what? You know what? I wore my coaching clothes tonight. I'm going to take you to my locker room tonight, and tonight I'm going to tell you exactly how we did it at A.L. Williams. February 10, 1977, A.L. Williams was born. Just a peanut. 85 people here in Atlanta, Georgia. But we had a cause. We had a crusade. Our goal was to correct an injustice. Our mission was to destroy cash value life insurance. 85 people grew to an army of 225,000. And you know what? We kicked Prudential's butt. And you know what? We kicked New York Life's butt. And we kicked Metropolitan's butt. And we kicked Allstate's butt. And we kicked 1,995 other companies' butt. In 1977, 86% of all life insurance sold was trash value. Today, 90+% of all life insurance sold is term. And A.L. Williams did that. A.L. Williams did that. Ain't that something? Ain't that dadgum something? See, the A.L. Williams legacy is awesome. We changed an industry and 1 million lives. April 1, 2010, another historic event happened. PFS was refounded. And I believe the magic is back in PFS. I really believe PFS has an opportunity to build an even bigger legacy than A.L. Williams did. But, and this is a big but, To do that, PFS has to find a way to build big teams. You see, A.L. Williams was a company of giants. In 1988, when we were 11 years old, you know, there were 2,000 companies in our industry, the largest industry in the world. And I published a list of the top 100 companies, and then I plugged our big A.L. Williams teams in there. And you know what? Out of the top 100 companies in the largest industry in the world, 34 of those companies were A.L. Williams teams. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? See, A.L. Williams was a company of giants. And for PFS to build a great legacy, PFS has to become a company of giants again. And I believe to build these big teams, there's 4 keys. Number 1, the key to building big teams is all about building personal relationships. Folks, this is a one-on-one business. This is a face-to-face business. You see these hands? They've never touched a computer. I don't even have a cell phone. See, I believe technology is great. And what John has told me you guys have to work with today is unbelievable. To think that you can go in a home and on your computer you can take an application and you can hit send and up to $250,000, that policy is issued instantly, and the next day the salespeople get paid. That's mind-boggling. I wish we had that. But I believe with everything that's in me, to build big teams, the fundamentals of this business never change. And it takes time to teach your people about the goodness of our company. It takes time to teach your people about the rightness of our cause, the uniqueness of our system. It takes time to build leaders. It takes time to build trusting relationships, to help your people believe that they can do something important. It takes time to make your people your friend. There's no shortcuts in this business. Building personal relationships is everything. One final thought about building personal relationships. You must get involved in your people's lives. See, most of these dadgum business schools around the United States, they teach you don't get too close to your people. Don't get involved in their personal life. Well, bull. That ain't the way it was, and that ain't the way it is today. Folks, you gotta get involved in your people's lives. You gotta make your people your friend. Yes, it hurts from time to time. Yes, it's messy from time to time. But it's the only way to build a great business. And you know what? Building personal relationship begins with every new recruit. You gotta treat every new recruit like they're a future RVP. You must make everything a new recruit does a big deal. You gotta celebrate their first sale. You gotta celebrate their first recruit. You gotta celebrate every success. You gotta let every recruit know that you believe in them. Let me give you 2 examples. When I built my first base shop, I called every single person on my team every week. And when we grew, I built leaders that would carry on that personal contact with every single person to let them know that we were there to help them do something important. Always remember, folks, your people are your greatest asset.